The mission of the Klezmer Music Foundation is to stimulate, support, revive, and renew the tradition of klezmer music through live performances and educational programming.
I learned about the Jewish music. I learned about where the music came from. It was educational and it was fun at the same time.
The music was really fun. Danced in my chair.
The thing is, I kind of like to dance, and I thought it was something that I could dance to.
It made me feel happy, and it was really hard to stop myself from clapping.
I just liked the way it sounded. It made me feel happy. It was really inspiring.
Since 1983, the Maxwell Street Klezmer Band has played the joyous dances and haunting melodies that embody the Jewish soul music called klezmer. Their energetic musical fusion of Eastern European, Yiddish, and Gypsy styles tells stories of human emotions, the joy and sorrow common to people the world over.
A bissel sehen, a bissel Regen, a ruhig auf dem Kopf zu legen, a wir sind, können glücklich sein. Das Bus auf der Purifau, du Schlick von ein Tier. A bissel Regen, a ruhig auf dem Kopf zu legen, a wir sind, können glücklich sein. A Schuhe, Schuhe, gelegen, a Wäsche, a Dreifis, a wir sind,
Ich geh wie a Bettler bei jedweden Teuer und bettel a bissele Sonne.
It was the late 1970s, and I heard a klezmer band on the Midnight Special, a radio show on WFMT. I was amazed to discover that there was traditional Jewish music that excited me. I put my graduate studies at the University of Chicago on hold in order to start Maxwell Street Klezmer Band. Thanks to the help and guidance of professional musicians, like our original clarinetist and arranger, Shelley Yolen, the band took off. Then, in 1989, I met Alex Kaufman. I persuaded him to become our violinist and musical director, and this is when the band became a world-class performance ensemble.
Mr. Kaufman, what happened to you? Why did you start playing klezmer music? You're classically trained, you came from Russia, you have a very good education, what happened? And I would simply look at the eyes and I would say, why do you do what you love to do? My grandfather planted a very good seed about Jewish music, and it was, for me, I always felt like I would be honored to play it because it was very cool. First of all, it was prohibited, and if I could do that, goodness, I would be a hero in a way. I'm doing something for my people. I was so proud even to learn something from my grandfather. So when I came here, obviously I saw a band playing, and they played so well. So by this time, I just dropped my studies as a computer programmer, and I thought, what am I doing? I need to do what I need to do. What my heart is telling me what to do. I feel very honored and proud to be part of basically a big revival. I joined the revival, and I'm kind of maybe even elevated a little bit. At least, I know that I did something very important that, made us noticed, and the group was moving forward from that point on.
The Junior Klezmer Orchestra has inspired young musicians to learn Yiddish and klezmer music since 1994. The orchestra, comprising several dozen middle and high school students, has performed in festivals, libraries, and for senior citizens. Many graduates of the Junior Klezmer Orchestra have gone on to careers in music, and some have started their own klezmer bands.
These kids and their parents, they found out about their past. It's like they're going down into their heritage, and for many of them it became a very, very important source of culture, finding out what's going on, and then they started reading more about and knowing more about where the music comes from. So they would need to dig back and see maybe about their heritage, basically, and find out about the stories, where this music was alive, when it was alive, and how it was used by their ancestors.
Well, I am sure my great-great-grandfather would despair of me. I am the American half-Jew who eats trefa and works on the Sabbath that he feared. I hope he would be proud of my own efforts to remain a Jew, singing with the Klezmer Orchestra and keeping the music of the old country alive.
In 1983, my mom founded the Maxwell Street Klezmer Band, named in honor of the marketplace in the Chicago neighborhood where many Jewish immigrants settled in the early 1900s. Klezmer music refers to traditional Eastern European dance music. My mom also leads the Junior Klezmer Orchestra, connecting a new generation of musicians, like me, to their heritage.
The Salam Shalom Music Project reaches out to professional Arabic musicians in the Chicago area to explore the music of our combined Jewish, Christian, and Muslim roots. A musical message of goodwill and harmony comes through the concerts in which traditional music from all backgrounds is shared and celebrated. Salam Shalom.
So as time goes by, people are more and more interested in klezmer art. And we got a call from one of the synagogues. They say we would like to maybe possibly create our own. We have some people who play instruments and they would like to form up the band. And that was another call on duty. Quickly realized this is it, that we have to do this now. We all connect together. We have like a little, sort of like a club, I would say. We support each other, we laugh together. I always wonder why people doing it, but I was wondering before, but now I know for sure, because it's fun.
What a mitzvah it is to walk into a nursing home or a senior citizen residence and play for them the music of their past, the music they remember, to sing the songs in Yiddish that bring a tear to the eye and cause people to sing along. This is something that Maxwell Street and the Junior Klezmer Orchestra love to do.
Maxwell Street Klezmer Band, a leading interpreter of Jewish music for over 30 years, has played in Carnegie Hall and on stages around the world. Now they're combining their talents in an exciting multimedia presentation with live music about the dramatic history of the Yiddish theater. It's called the whole Megillah, which means the whole story, and so it starts with the diaspora, to the first Yiddish theater performance in 1876 in Iași, Romania, to its next stirrings in Odessa, to its full flowering in New York just before the turn of the 20th century, to its emergence into the American mainstream.
The Yiddish Arts Ensemble, a dramatic troupe led by writer and choreographer Lynn Shapiro, scores and performs family-friendly theater. Their production of Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins and original productions like Ishka Bibbel introduced children to Yiddish stories in English with klezmer music and wit. In the 1990s, a huge wave of Jewish immigration came to the U.S. from the crumbling Soviet Union. Landing on their feet, these Soviet Jews established themselves in business, science, and the arts. Most of them, however, did not feel deeply connected to synagogues or to American Jewish communal organizations. But these families are not Jewishly impoverished. On the contrary, like Alex, they have a more intimate connection to Yiddishkeit, Eastern European Jewish culture, and a deep love of Yiddish music. Over the past decade, the Junior Klezmer Orchestra has attracted a majority of enthusiastic Russian Jewish students. They enrich us with their authenticity and artistry, while we pass the music that they were not allowed to play into their eager hands. This mission has driven us to work passionately over the past 30 years. Now we are turning to the community to ask, can you help us to keep the music going? Is our dream your dream too? According to the Torah, the world stands upon 3 pillars: Torah, worship, and acts of compassion. Al shloshat dvarim ha'olam omed, al ha'torah, v'al ha'avodah, v'al gmilut chasadim. We believe that Jewish identity rests upon 3 pillars also. These 3 pillars are the synagogue, Israel, and our heritage. Through the culture and music of our ancestors, a young Jewish person today can feel connected to their past and endowed with a future legacy.
We're all in this together. We've got to keep on going till the stone that the builders rejected becomes the chief cornerstone. Till the stone that the builders rejected becomes the chief cornerstone. And even Ma'asu Haboni Aita Lerosh Mina. Even Ma'asu Haboni Aita Lerosh Mina. Shout it out! We're all in this together. Oh, we've got to keep on going till the storm